Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Sports Report. We usually start with my summary first and what the keys were of the game. I did not get to watch the afternoon games. Let's get back to I was at the game. The biggest play to me was stopping Jared Goff going out for a pass, and he had a penalty on fourth down. You expect him to throw the ball. That's what you want your quarterback to do. Instead, they ran him out for a pass. He was not set. That was a penalty on a long drive. The Lions had a long third drive for money. A fourth down conversion, catch by Xavier Worthy, pop pass to Marquise Brown, critical sack by Charles and Minihue. The sack disturbed the swinging momentum. Those are big plays. Detroit fails a fourth down. The Lions, 2 fourth downs, which stalled drives, prevented them from staying in the game. Those are the keys to the game. Clean up the turnovers, no penalties, except and gave edge discipline. Post-game altercation, Branch punches Juju Smith-Schuster, and he bleeds a little bit while not tensions boiled over after the final whistle. Branch from Patrick Mahomes struck from Smith, sparkling a brawl. Dan Campbell said he can't do that. He's not allowed to do that for this team, and we won't put up with it. Also, Deion Branch said he can't do that. Final score is 30-17. Chiefs win. Standout performance, Patrick Mahomes threw for 257 yards and added a rushing score, and that Patrick had 3 touchdowns through the air. Hollywood Brown caught 2 touchdowns. Lions offense, Jared Goff had 2 passing touchdowns and 203. And James Williams and Laporta scored. Casey had game flow. Casey held slim leads at halftime, pulled away in the second half, and sealed it with a later field goal. Discipline turnovers. The Chiefs committee had no turnovers, no penalty accepted, which made a big difference in the game. Post-game drama. A fight broke out after the game when the Lions' Deion Branch slapped Juju Smith-Schuster during the game in a handshake. People were asking me to write a player that I would sign, and that would probably be for kicker free agent, either Michael Badgley, a 30-year-old veteran, has a career percentage of 82.4 and a strong track record with teams like the Chargers, Bears, Titans, and Lions. Other side would be Greg Joseph would be the other one. Boots a field goal conversion rate of 82.3 and made 157 out of 163 plus extra points. Those would be my 2 kickers. That's on football and kickers. That's for the Chiefs. Now we move on to the Packers, who beat the Bengals by 9. It was never within a score after the Packers went up 10-0. Here's a short summary of the 49ers versus Buccaneers. Final score is Buccaneers 30-19 49ers. Baker Mayfield had 17 of 23, 256, 2 touchdowns. Matt Jones filling for an injured Brock Purdy, 27-39, 347, 2 INTs. Christian McCaffrey, 111 yards from scrimmage, 1 rushing touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, 142 yards. Returners. Tampa Bay built a lead, held off San Francisco and comeback attempt. A big 3rd and 14 scrambling from 45 yards on a potential 49-yard trying drive. Mac Jones threw for a 4th down and interception to James Deal, which iced the game. San Francisco lost linebacker Fred Warren early with a severe ankle injury, likely ending his season for the 49ers. The 49ers are already missing key players like Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and others. Again, the Buccaneers beat the 49ers. Big 3rd and 14, scrambled by Baker Mayfield, 45-yard run, and a touchdown to rookie Tez Johnson late in the game. The Titans and the Raiders met up. Two bad teams came out with the win. Were the Raiders. Chiefs play the Raiders next week. Here is a quick summary of the Panthers versus Cowboys. Star of the game, Rico Dowdle torched his former team for 183 yards with a touchdown. Bryce Young Bryce Young threw for 3 touchdowns in the win over Dallas. Cowboys offense strong, but ground game was dead. Dak Prescott went 25-34, 261, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. George Pickens went 168 yards, but Dallas was held to just 31 yards rushing. Decisive drive after Dallas tied it in the fourth. Panthers mounted a 15-play, 71-yard converted 4th and 4 and set up a 33-yard field goal by Ryan Fitzgerald as time expired. The incredible inability to run the ball against Carolina showed in the ground game. The Dallas Cowboys are 2-3-1. The Panthers moved to 3-3. Seahawks defeated the Jaguars 20-12, who just beat the Chiefs. The Seahawks improved to 4-2 on the season. The Jaguars fall to 3-3. Seattle's victory was highlighted by a dominant performance, including 7 sacks, and quarterback Trevor Lawrence, wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba led them with 162 yards. That was for Seattle, and catching Sam Darnold's 5 complete passes. Trevor Lawrence 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, connecting with Brian Thomas Jr. and Tim Patrick for scores. However, missed kicks and satisfied an offense prevented Jacksonville from capitalizing on their opponent in the fourth quarter. Final was 20-12 again. The Indianapolis Colts edged the Arizona Cardinals 31-27 in a back-and-forth game. Jonathan Taylor powered the Colts offense to a 100 yards rushing touchdown, while quarterback Daniel Jones threw for another score. Kyle Murray kept the Arizona team within, but touchdown passes late. Colts capped off a drive to Taylor. Short TD scaled to win the game. The Colts improved to 4-2, while the Cardinals fall to 2-4. Ravens without Lamar Jackson lose a consecutive game without Lamar, and third consecutive game with Lamar and most of the part of the game with the Chiefs. The Ravens are 1-6 with John Harbaugh on the hot seat. The Pats beat the Saints 25-19. Here's a couple recaps. The game winner, Cam Dicker, drilled one from 33 yards with 5 seconds remaining to win over the Chargers over Miami. Big play on that final job. Justin Herbert avoided pressure and connected with a lad McCowney for 42 yards with a broken tackle. Miami rally falls short. Tua Tagovailoa had 7-yard touchdown to Darren Waller with 46 seconds left to go in the game. 27-26, the Dolphins had a lead before the Chargers came down and scored. Devon Aker ran for 128 in the loss. Justin Herbert went 29 of 38, 264 and 2 touchdowns. Tua Tagovailoa threw 3 interceptions. Momentum shift the turn when it was 13-9 half-game deficit, aided by Miami's turnovers and strong play from Justin Herbert. Final score 13-11 against Denver. Denver highlighted 9 sacks. 82 yards, and a 10 negative passing yards. Bo Nix went 19 of 30, 174, including a 16-yard touchdown to Adrian Walk. Atkins, Will Lutz posted a 27-yard field goal to win it late. Justin Fields was harassed all day. New York scoring included 3 field goals by Nick Folk and a safety did by Denver, and holding a call in the end zone. Bears Commanders, time TV 8:15. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, key matchups. That's for the quarterbacks. Key matchup: Commanders strong defense versus Bears rushing attack. Rookie running back Jokia Korski mirrored highlighted. Washington runs game prediction: favored by 5.5. Home field edge and defensive strength. The Falcons and Bills play. Bills 4-1, Atlanta 2-2, visiting Atlanta. Monday Night Football at Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta. The Bills are favored by about 4 points. Josh Allen looks to rebound after a rough loss. Rookie quarterback Michael Pence Jr. The Bills lost to the Patriots. Tries to spark Michael Pence Jr. Falcons offense. Key matchups: John Robinson versus a shaky Bills defense is banged up by Atlanta's passing game. Thin without Daryl Money. Expect close one. Prediction 31-27. Bills over Falcons. Pick for the Falcons and Bills is at 6:15. That game is the early one. Early news coming out of Tennessee today. Titans have fired Coach Brian Callahan after a 1-5 start. That's Sam on Sports.